Hello everybody, it's June 4th, 2024. I am in Norwich, Connecticut. I'm going to take a drive around town, no particular area that I'm going to cover. I'm just going to do kind of one of my random driving around videos because I'm trying to upgrade everything, all my drives, to high resolution video to future-proof them as much as humanly possible. So I'm just going to drive. Right now I'm heading towards Bacchus Hospital. I'm on Connecticut Route 2 East. It's coming to an end, or I'm taking this exit, so that's going to abruptly end this little section of road that I'm on. But to my right, extreme right, is Bacchus Hospital. I've covered that many times. I've covered everything in Norwich many times. Really, I mean, if you want to take a look at my YouTube channel, if this is your first time here, I have probably hundreds of videos of either me driving around Norwich on the roads like I am now, talking, narrating, or sometimes there's just music in the background, or sometimes there's static kind of videos kind of on a tripod, shots where I walk up and down roads and shoot various sequences. I'm on Lafayette Street right now, by the way. Yannick Cemetery to my right, very historic cemetery. A lot of famous people buried in there from many, many years ago. Doctors' offices on both sides of the road, dentists, doctors. There's a restaurant down here on Lafayette Street. I'm going to actually take a ride down. They're working on the Sherman Street Bridge. I think that's going to be done soon. I don't know the exact date, but it's not going to be too long because they didn't do the final paving, but they did some paving recently on that. But the bottom line is I'm just going to be driving around strictly Norwich today, here, there, and everywhere. But if you do want to check out the channel, whoa, road closed. I'm not going to... Boy, I'd like to get down there a little bit. I'll just get right here just to get a look at this thing on video. There's some people working down there. I've been saying this for a long time. People have been kind of, worried about, it's taking too long, and they're just getting frustrated or whatever. But this was a monumentally huge job. They're replacing two bridges. There is no Sherman Street Bridge. There's a small one and a large one. The small one's done. The large one is structurally done. They're just putting on the finishing touches, like, the aesthetic, the view of the, how it looks to the naked eye. They're beautifying the structure with, I don't know, like, it looks like a stone wall will be going all around it, whether it's a manufactured stone or an actual stone. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know the technicalities, but to the naked eye, visually, that's what they're doing right now. They're fancying things up, and it's going to be worth the wait. I've been down on the ground. I got a bunch of videos of me walking all up and down that thing from before it was demolished to the days after they demolished it. I walked right down in the dry riverbed. I mean, so there's tons of visuals, and I'm not done. The more progress they make, I'm going to do more videos on that Sherman Street Bridge. It's a big deal for Norwich. But when it's done, it's going to be done soon. It's going to be worth the wait. Now, straight in front of me here is Indian Leap, the waterfall, Lower Falls. They're working on this. This is a massive project, and it's going to be absolutely stunning when they're done. I've been watching these guys. They're working out there right now. I can't emphasize how much this is going to improve an area that's national park territory on a very small scale. I mean, it's I'm not talking Yellowstone here, but I'm talking about on a very tiny scale for a place worth traveling to if you live anywhere in New England, anywhere around. If you're ever anywhere in the area, you go to one of the casinos, Foxwoods, Mohegan Sun, you're going to want to come down and you're going to want to see Indian Leap when they finish the project, the restoration, everything they're doing. Falls Mill to my left, by the way. It's kind of warm today. What is the temperature? I don't know. It's 83 right now. Very sunny. We're driving up Yantic Street. Beautiful mill houses to my right. These guys are working out here in a hot, blazing sun. But mark my words, Sherman Street Bridge, well worth the wait. People will be like, you know what? Good. I'm glad it's done. It was worth. Look at this thing. It's out of this world. It's going to make the old bridge look like, chopped liver. I mean, this Sherman Street Bridge is going to be outstanding. Same thing with the project back there at Indian Leap. As I drive up to the end of Yantic Street. Again, in Norwich, Connecticut. June 4th, 2024. I mean, June is a great month, sunny, beautiful weather. And we're going to take advantage of it by doing a little drive around Norwich. Now, okay, I do a lot of these things. I've covered a lot of the roads that I'm driving on right now. I'm on Sachem Street. I've done Sachem Street many, many times. But right now I'm doing it at ultra high definition. I am doing it on June 4th, 2024. I've never done that before, so things change. My first video, I don't know, 7 years ago. Take a look at it. I guarantee there's a lot of stuff that's very, very different right now. I am going to go, let me think here. Yeah, I can do whatever I want, so I'm going to go straight. I'm at the intersection of Sachem Street and Washington Street right now. And the camera that I'm using is on the center of the hood of my car. It is magnetically mounted, dead center. And the audio that you're hearing right now is recorded separately. Obviously, I'm inside the vehicle. And they're simply synchronized in the software that I use to make these videos. NFA directly in front of us. I'm on Chelsea Parade. This Chelsea Parade is to the left of me. Broadway. I'm going to take a right onto Broadway. Straight ahead is NFA. That tower is Slater Memorial Museum. It's one of my favorite buildings. It's probably my favorite building in Norwich. I don't know. If somebody really pressed me, I'd have to think about it. It's definitely top 5. I mean, there's some really, really nice buildings, really architecturally significant, magnificent buildings in the city of Norwich. But I don't know, Slater's always kind of held a special place in my heart. Now this This is Broadway we're on now. Again, if you're ever in Norwich, park your car somewhere. I recommend like coming down on a Sunday, for example. Walk around the campus of NFA. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Take a walk down this street right here, Broadway, and look at some of the old mansions. Some of them are in fantastic shape. They've been maintained throughout. Other ones are in, maybe a little disrepair. They need a little work, but that's okay. People are doing work. And they're improving things on a day-to-day basis in the city of Norwich. St. Patrick's Cathedral on my left. All the trees fully bloomed with leaves and the grass is growing, June 4th. So my past several videos that I've been doing, there has been no leaves on the tree. So this is a different visuals every time I go out as I document what's in front of me. Driving down Union Street right now. I have a video, separate video. I'm not trying to promote or hawk my videos here. There's no money to be made here, but I'd have a separate video where I walk up and down Union Street, and it's on my channel. If I took a right, which I can't because it's a one-way street, that would be Church Street. All right, there's some of your nice architecture. They have that big mural there, very colorful mural. And we're right in the heart of Norwich right now. I'm going to go left. There's another beautiful mural to my right. Shannon Building directly in front of us, or Regan Hotel to my left, which Abraham Lincoln spent the night in back in the old days as he campaigned for president. Coming up to the roundabout, I have full coverage of the roundabout. It sounds like I'm being too promotional here, but if you like this video, just go to my main channel and scroll through, and you'll see a ridiculous amount of videos featuring every section of Norwich multiple times. Look at these beautiful buildings. I mean, I'm into architecture. I love old buildings. Now this YMCA to my right, that's being rehabilitated top to bottom, which is very exciting. And they're going to put I believe a microbrewery is going in there. Hotel Callista to my left. It used to be the Elks Club. I've seen pictures of the inside. It's on the web. They have a really beautiful website, Hotel Callista in Norwich, and take a look at it. I mean, for people that don't live in Connecticut, maybe they fly in, they want to go to the casinos, or get on a Mystic, just taking the sights of eastern Connecticut, southeastern Connecticut. That's a place well worth checking out. I'm on the viaduct right now, almost. Let me see. Is this technically? Yeah, I think it is. The viaduct. Yeah, my GPS actually says viaduct. And we got a red light, but that's good. Well, it's green. We got to make some decisions. Where do we want to go? Which road? Do I take a left? Do I take a right? I don't even know. I mean, I'm just kind of driving around. Let's see. I'll take a right. All right, let me go up Main Street. There's the Warregan directly in front of us. Another, just a perfect view of it. The old Norwich Savings Society. Now it's Castle Church building right smack in front of me, right there. This is Main Street. They're making a lot of improvements to Main Street. Harp and Dragon pub and restaurant to my right. Flatiron building, Market Street to my left as I drive up Main. Now there's going to be really nice apartments available soon on my left. I'm not sure how many, but several. And they're absolutely beautiful. Again, I've seen photographs. Very exciting. All right, let me take a left here. This Flatiron building to my left, I believe, is either for sale or recently sold. That's been... I really want somebody to grab that and just redo it top to bottom. I mean, that's another one of my favorite buildings in Norwich. A Flatiron building. As I wait on Main Street in the heart of Norwich, Connecticut, to take a left, as I hear an ambulance, or what is that? A Norwich Fire Department. All right. There's a fire truck. Something's going on. Engine number 3. Another one. Something is happening. Hopefully everything is okay, but there's an emergency of some kind going on somewhere. The lights, this light's going to be a little longer because when the fire department goes by, if I'm not mistaken, they have some form of control over temporarily turning all the lights red, and then once they pass by, I could be wrong about this, but I think it's reality. Once they're passed, then they reset it, and it starts up again. So this light is, it's normally fairly long, but it's never this long. By the way, I'm looking at a sign that says Rose Arts Festival, June 29th, 2024 in Norwich. I can't read the rest of it. I don't know if there's, there's bands, musical performances, whatever. A whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm not sure. It just says June 29th, 2024. So I don't, there could be much more to it than what's going on, because the lettering is just too tiny for me to read at this distance, but yeah, that fire department situation, interesting. The way they tied things up here, but it's obviously a good thing. Clear the traffic, let these guys get right through and get them to the emergency as soon as humanly possible. As I take a left. The marina to my right. The Norwich Marina. Whenever I come down here, I always pull in, do a little sweep. And I got to do it again. I got to do it. It's June 4th. It's 2024. I can't ignore this beautiful waterfront area. I can't do that. Laurel Hill, if you look way up there, Laurel Hill. I'm going to turn around. Right. Looks like I'm going to smash into that wall, but I'm going to avoid that. All right. There is the harbor. Let's go right up to this thing. There's the harbor right there in front of us. It's a little windy. Water's a little bit choppy right now. They completed a project recently. It's worth taking a walk down here to take a look at it, where they put new floating, I don't know what they're called, sidewalks. I mean, you can walk right out there, fish, do whatever you want. I don't know the technical name for those, piers, whatever they are, cement. All right, let me get on the length of this thing. There's no way out here. I'll have to back up into the parking space down here. Wow, somebody's big, huge sign, do not feed the ducks, but somebody's obviously feeding the ducks. That's obvious by the fact that there's, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80 ducks over there. There they are, right there. Let's take a look at this. And there we get a brief glance at that. Folks feeding the ducks. I just passed the do not feed the ducks sign, which is interesting. All right. Let's keep driving. All right, we got a red light. What's over there? To my left is Thames Plaza. Directly in front of me is the Market Street Garage. If I look way off into the distance there, that's La Stella Pizza, really good food. I guess I can go right on red, but is it worth risking? No. All right. Green. We like our green lights. You know what? I gotta keep moving. So that light, that arrow right there, look at that. When you say keep moving, you don't know what you're gonna get when you turn that corner. But I got this thing angled so we can see the bridge. And we can see cars going by. Any movement when I'm in a static position like this is good. Future historians will look at this video and they'll say, wow, look what Norwich looked like 900 years ago. Look at the cars. Look at that bridge that used to be here. Or still is 900 years from now. I don't know. I don't want to go over that viaduct. You know why? The traffic is brutal. So I'm going to get on That was the Water Street Bridge back there, by the way. The name of that. I'm driving down Tolman Street. Now, I think it's Tolman Street. They might have changed the name of this street. When I get down to the end, I'm going to read the name. By the way, this street is very bumpy. I think I read somewhere they're going to repave it. I don't know if it's this year. I hope so. But it's very, I don't know if the camera is picking this up or not. But it's just, it feels really, it doesn't feel, it's just a fact. This road needs to be repaved, and it's going to be repaved. It's on the docket somewhere. All right. Now, again, my GPS on this car says Tolman Street. Fine. I don't really know if it is Tolman Street. Okay, East Main Street's directly in front of me. This is Cabo Verde Way. That's what it says, Cabo Verde Way. So the GPS is either inaccurate or I would say the GPS is inaccurate. Cabo Verde Way. That's what it says. I mean, I got to go by what's right in front of me. This is tough to get out of here. I'm going to pull out a little bit more. I mean, to the left of me, there's no traffic. To the right, I can't tell, but here we go. Keep your fingers crossed. Good. We didn't get destroyed. Let's go back into the city. There's amazing furniture and sleep shop to my right. Again, Hotel Callista to my right. We saw that earlier. The post office, another glamorous, architecturally interesting structure. If you're into architecture, come to Norwich, park, get out of your car and take a walk around. You won't be disappointed. And we're on Main Street once again. Guy just went by on my right on an electric-powered scooter. That's cool. I'm hitting the rotary from a different angle right now. All right. Choices. Let me go straight. This little strip down here on the left is really cool. Good restaurants in there, coffee shops, a phenomenal camera place. They concentrate on film, and they do tin type work in there. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm on Franklin Street right now, guys. Imagine that. Franklin Street, Norwich, Connecticut. I'm driving right up the road right now. Recording video. I mean, this is wild. I couldn't do this when I was a kid. This technology did not exist. Technically, I had the right of way there, but that's okay. Delia's Bakery and Grinder Shop is open once again. I believe they did some, I don't know if it was remodeling or something was going on. They were closed for a little while. When they reopened, there were lines down the street. Okay. I'm going to turn left. And I'm driving down Chestnut Street right now. More historic homes down on Chestnut Street right here. There's an old factory. It's empty to my left. I think it's for sale. I'd love to see somebody buy that, convert it to apartments, condos, whatever. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. If I took a right, that would be Willow Street. But I'm going straight ahead. Chestnut Street Playhouse to my right. Frontier, what is that? Internet, whatever they do, Frontier, that building to my left. Okay, no turn on red. It's a blinking red, so I can turn. More beautiful City Hall directly in front of us. As I get off Chestnut Street and I go right past City Hall, back on Broadway again. More interesting homes and architecture on the left and right of this street. There's an old church. Look at the columns on those buildings up ahead. Okay. I mean, that's whoever lived there, whoever had that house built was not your average Joe walking down the street, okay? The person that owned that home, let's just say they were financially well off, okay? And we'll leave it at that. And let's see, I'm going to work my way over to, I think, Washington Street. I'll just go up a little bit. As this school bus passes in front of me. Police officer right there. Norwich Police. Patrolling the streets. Rockwell Street to my right. Take a left, work my way to Washington Street, and I'll drive down Washington, another very important street in Norwich. Have I covered it before? Dozens of times, probably. But never on this day, this June 4th. June 4th, 2024. It's a perfect day. Chelsea Parade right in front of us. I always say it, the Rose Arts Festival used to be there. It's still there, but when I was a kid, they had a big tent. Tony Orlando and Dawn at the peak of their career played there. Bobby Vinton, Bobby Darin, the Four Tops. Stevie Ray Vaughan played at the Rose Arts Festival, blew the doors off the place. Did I go to the show? No. Is it one of the biggest regrets that I have? Of course. But the list of performers, Kenny Rogers, whatever, all these guys in their prime came to perform live at the Rose Arts Festival under a tent. Okay, no air conditioning, no state-of-the-art technology, a guy with a microphone and a band in blazing hot conditions. Comedians, Martin Mull performed there, Robert Klein. I mean, legendary performers in all areas, all genres. I mean, rock bands, REO Speedwagon, 38 Special. I could go on and on and on. B.B. King, whatever. I'm not even going to, I'm just scratching the surface. Rose Arts Festival, look it up. I don't know if there's a list of everybody that ever performed. I'd love to see it. I should put a request in somewhere. A list of performers, historical list of performers, opening acts, everything that played in the full history from start to finish, or, from beginning to modern day, of all the performances at the Rose Arts Festival. If anybody's listening to this thing right now, has access to that information, let me know, please. Drop a comment or something, or whatever you want to do. I would be thrilled about that. As I cross over the Thomas Sweeney Bridge, as we get more miles in, this is a perfect day, weather-wise. This is about as nice a day as you can get. Norwich Fire Department to my right. Beautiful Baptist Church to my right. First Baptist Church, established 1800. We're on West Main Street right now, guys. This is heavy, man. This is hardcore business district, everything under the sun, it's your typical strip, every strip USA. You got all your dollar stores, your CVS, your Walgreens, your Harbor Freight, AutoZone. You got Fat Cat Restaurant over here. These are, standard gas stations, Citgo. You got banks. Pretty much everything you need is in this area, with more to come. Aesthetically, I'm not really into the modern kind of pop-up construction that they do. My preference is for, the real vintage, mid-1800 style, or earlier for that matter, structures. Early 1900s, I love that stuff. But the convenience factor is there. Dunkin' Donuts to my left. If I want a coffee and a donut, I don't even have to get out of my car. Monroe Muffler and Brakes. I just kind of drive in. They take care of it. They're done. I drive off. Gas stations to my left and right. Sunoco versus Shell. There's a tattoo parlor up here. There's car washes all over the place. There's a grocery store down here. There's doctors' offices. There's legal offices. There's banks, more banks, printing, copying, another restaurant. Let's see, what else? Game, video game store, Little Caesars Pizza, Popeyes, chain restaurants everywhere, TJ Maxx. Guys, I could go on and on and on and on and on, never scratch the surface of all the stuff back there. As a convenience factor, it's easy to get to. It's all consolidated in one area. Wendy's on my right, package store on my left. It's all there. All the cool stuff is available. It's just, to me personally, I miss the city feel, the small town Norwich feel, or whatever, this is the modern era. This is how things are done in the modern era. Convenience. You pull in real fast, you get the job done, you go home. Will it revert back to the way it used to be? Maybe. I think a city like Norwich, like downtown Norwich, I don't know when, 50, 100 years from now, 20 years from now, 500 years from now, whenever it happens, will be considered, I don't want to use the word quaint, but, interesting and something that people would want to take a look at, as opposed to the, cinder block buildings, modern Starbucks and all these things that pop up. Takes them no time to build these things. They just don't have that unique quality of old world construction. in my opinion. That's just the way I see it. I'm driving down New London Turnpike right now. To my left, Three Rivers Community College. You know what? I'm going to pull in here real quick. It's only going to take a second, but let's get a look at it. Norwich Regional Vocational Technical School used to be on these grounds. They demolished it. I mean, they bashed it in. Let me pull over here, get a wide view of this thing. They bashed the school in. I went there, okay? I went to Norwich Tech. It was a good school. I mean, you want to learn a trade. 4 years, you get out of there, you got it. It was right there, but it's not there now. They expanded Three Rivers Community College, and it's a beautiful community college. It's well worth taking a drive over to see it if you're in the area. Okay, now, big parking lot over there. Used to be a soccer field, a baseball field. I used to keep score down there for baseball games, the Norwich Big League. I got paid, ready? $9 a game, which, by the way, at the time, that's probably the late 70s maybe, or I don't know, early 80s. You do 3 or 4 games, you know, on the weekend or maybe Friday, Thursday, whatever. You get some pocket change. Not bad. I used to enjoy doing those games. I would have guys come up to, you know, it was my decision whether it was a hit, an error, all this stuff. I mean, giving me that kind of power. I had, you know, baseball players coming up to me, you know. That was a hit. My average is .299. I want to, you know, if I get that hit, it'll be .301. I was never, you know, I mean, I played it close to the vest. I wrote down this stuff. I really didn't want to broadcast every move I was making as far as hits, errors, whatever. I was never offered a bribe or anything like that. I mean, these are local Norwich guys. But you had some guys that could really play baseball back there at that field. Good pitchers, good hitters, good, you know, fielding, you name it. We're back on New London Turnpike. There's a skating rink down there, believe it or not, to my right. Malherbe's Golf Driving Range and Ice Cream over to the left. A must stop if you're in this area. Norwich Golf Course on the left and right. There's condos on my left. To my right is I'm driving through right now the Norwich Golf Course. Hopefully we won't get hit by any golf balls. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You know, some guy shanks one up there and we got a problem. As long as the ball doesn't hit my camera, I guess the video goes on. Okay, Bright Beginnings Child Care Center to my left. I'm at one of the edges of Norwich. And I think I'm going to briefly cross into Uncasville here. Very, very briefly. Because I'm gonna whip back over to West Thames Street. All right, we got a little stop sign here. Obviously, we obey every single solitary rule of the road without hesitation, without exception. If I kept going straight, that would be the Mohegan Sun. Casino. I have comprehensive coverage of a drive I did from the Mohegan Sun to Foxwoods and back. That video's been viewed a decent amount of times, several thousand times. People out of the area, if they want to know how to drive from one casino to the other, I got you covered. Because it's there. That's got to be a couple of years old, that video. 2, 3 years old, whatever. Time flies, but it's on my channel as we speak. As we patiently await the red light to turn green. I have a Mazda 6 directly in front of me. Looks to be a dark navy blue with a baby on board sign. Okay. As we turn into West Thames Street, you got Scranton Chevrolet to our right. It used to be Malin Chevrolet when I was a kid. For decades, it was Malin Chevrolet. And there's more, there's Great Oak Pizza up here on my right. They're phenomenal. Nissan car dealership. One Auto, I don't know, window tinting, used vehicles for sale. Joy's Restaurant to my left. Everybody loves Joy's Restaurant. Norwich Inn is on my left. I have videos where I drove down all around the grounds of that. I'm not going to do that today. I've done it in the past several times. Northeast Towing and Transport Mechanical Repairs to my left. There's a nice restaurant. What's the name of it? Bellafiore, Modelo Bar and Grill. Toyota dealership, package store. There's Uncas on the Thames, Southeastern Mental Health Authority to my left. I have comprehensive coverage of that. There's a Ford dealership to my right. There's a lot of cars. You want to buy a car in Norwich? This is your strip right here. You got Chevys, you got Fords, you got Nissan, Toyota, Jeep, Dodge. I don't know if they make Dodges anymore. Chryslers, Ram, Napa Auto Parts, Falvey's, Major Collision Center. As I drive down West Thames Street, you got Keith's Appliances to my right. If you need an appliance in Norwich, that's one of your go-to places, unless you want to take a ride down to Best Buy in Waterford. Wow, they redid that building to my right. I love it. They sided it. Good. Looks beautiful. This all kind of, I can't name all the businesses. It's virtually impossible. Funky Gifts. I don't know if that's the name of the place. It's like a log cabin to my left. If I took a left, that would get me onto Dunham Street. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep going down West Thames. I got Pandora's Box, a mystical shop to my left. There's a really good pizza place, Engine Number 6 right there. I've been there for years. Excellent food. Again, it's another area of Norwich with really cool houses, really neat architecture. If you got out on the ground, I walked this recently, both sides. And I have a video of that walk on this channel, pointing out a lot of the absolutely jaw-dropping homes and architecture. There must have been something back in the day. As a school bus unloads some children, and here we go. Let's proceed down West Thames Street. These drives are a perspective of, obviously, a person driving down these roads. They're cool. I like them. But I've been doing a lot of on-the-ground stuff, shooting video, zooming in on houses and isolating, bits of architecture and neighborhoods that I happen to be recording video of it at those times. So I'm kind of branching out a little bit into that. Some people prefer these. Some people prefer the on-the-ground, walking around stuff. Norwich Police Department to my right. It's located right on the water, right on the harbor. American Ambulance to my left. This is going to bring me back, if I wanted to, into the city, but I'm not going to do that. We've covered that already a little bit today. And I'm gonna work my way. At some point in the near future, this video is gonna come to a conclusion. I don't know if it's gonna be an hour. I've done some of my videos, driving videos, are over 2 hours long. Man, it looks like a lot of traffic. Do I really want to take a right? If I don't, I can't do it. I don't want to go up west, but guys, we got to make decisions on the fly. There's so many cars. If the light turns green, I'm not going to be able to go. That's how many cars are. Obviously, you can see it right in front of me. I think I'm going to go down Asylum Street. I was thinking about going up Church Street, but boy, oh boy, that bus. I mean, what? I got a green light. There's nothing I can do about it. Unless, depends on how aggressive I want to get here. This could get interesting. I mean, this light is as green as the greenest grass or shamrock or whatever you want to call it. This could make for some interesting video if this bus pulls down a little bit. Okay. Oof. The fact that I made that is borderline miraculous, but no, I can't go right. I can, but I'll be sitting there. That'll be 15 minutes of video sitting in traffic. I mean, as entertaining as I potentially can be with some of my verbiage, I mean, this isn't scripted, guys. This is off the cuff, so I don't know if I could... that could be a tough slog, that little 10, 15-minute wait back there. I got to be very, very careful. Right on red I'm all for it, but when you got guys whipping up the road at 65, 70 miles an hour and you're taking a right, that can be kind of tough. Asylum Street, probably the way to go. We've done it before, obviously. But again, I never did it on June 4th, 2024 in 4K, high resolution video. Boom, we're on Asylum Street right now. Again, take a look to the left and to the right. See those two big, beautiful Victorian structures? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, compare that to some Dunkin' Donuts that they throw up in a couple of weeks. I mean, the construction, the visual, feel, the ambiance, the beauty, it's just all there with these Victorian era, properties. I mean, there's no comparison. In my opinion. Others, I'm sure, may differ, but that's just the way I feel about the situation. Grant Court to my right. I recently walked this entire street. It's a long walk. I did a 5.5-mile walk. And Asylum Street was part of that walk. Dog park. A lot of people there today over at the dog park to my right. Monroe Street on my right. That's a dead end that leads down to the Yannick River. Asylum Street Pizza's to my right. I love these guys. They put out really good food. I mean, they've been there for so long because the food is good. You're not going to make it if you put out a product that is not up to snuff in Norwich. I'll tell you that much. The fact that them guys have been there for that long tells me, that alone tells me it's extremely good food. Now, this is a one-way situation right now. The Sherman Street Bridge to my right. I don't know, this camera's not too high, and I do have this wall to the left of me, to the right of me. But I can tell you just by the outlines of what I'm seeing, this thing is going to be beautiful. I was bragging about it in the beginning of this video. And I'm firing up the bragging synapses in my brain again because it's going to be, I don't want to spoil the show here for people in the future, but when they drive down this thing for the first time, after all the months and years it took to finish construction, they're going to go, you know what? This was worth every single second. Now we realize how beautiful it is. It's going to be a massive improvement. It's an important bridge in Norwich. It's historically, from a standpoint of traffic, it is an extremely important artery in this town, Norwich. Do we want it to look good? Yeah, and it's gonna, believe me. I mean, we just got a glimpse. Again, I don't know how much that camera, if I had a big giant SUV and I was way up in the air, you'd get a better look at it, but things are starting to move rapidly down there. Okay, Asylum Street ends, and we dump out onto New London Turnpike. We love New London Turnpike. It's another very important road. See, it's so nice as a guy out riding a bicycle. I'm going to call this little video tour that we did today, this kind of random drive, I'm going to call it quits momentarily. I just want to point out one more thing up the way here. And I'll close up shop, shut this thing down. And just call it a day. Going over some train tracks right now. Could get bumpy. Okay, here's what I wanted to point out. By the way, the old Benny's used to be back there to my left. Now it's FW Web. I'm at a red light. Directly in front of me. Okay. And now it's green. There's a big Norwich Town Commons over there to my right. This bridge I'm going over right now. See this bridge? Take a good look. Left, right, really concentrate, freeze the frame, stop the video, do whatever you got to do. That bridge back there that I just rolled over just now, I read this in the paper, it's going to be replaced soon, probably when they're done with the Sherman Street Bridge. I don't know the timetable. Norwich Town Green directly in front of me, by the way. Very important. I'm going to whip around there once to finish this video off. What is this guy doing? Okay. That bridge back there, that's another extremely, but I don't know if there's a name to it or whatever. It's just a small bridge, goes over the Yannick River. But man, that is critically important. I mean, that's one that's a time-sensitive situation we're looking at back there, that bridge. Very beautiful properties to my left and right on this Norwich Town Green. I mean, I'm talking really, really significant properties. Award-winning, They have band concerts out at this green to my right, by the way. These homes, 1700s, I mean, just, well-known, important people. Let me go up here for a second. Well-known, back in the old days, the 1700s, early 1800s, 1600s maybe. Very important people lived in those homes back there. Now I'm going to just wait a second here as I let this postal vehicle. All right. I'm going to take a right here. We're going to take a look at that beautiful Congregational Church, and we're going to close it up. By the way, the United States Postal Services, according to the sign in front of me on that vehicle, is hiring. It's a good job, good benefits, if anybody's interested. See that right in front of us? I love that legendary structure. That's when we close up shop. It was a fun ride. I'm glad you came along. Thanks for joining me, folks.